Greetings, my friends. I am Gilles Mansillon. I come here to speak about different subjects relative to the spiritual ascension path, such as astrology, numerology, exopolitics. I'm also going to pull a few oracles. First, let's look at what are the conditions for the day in terms of the akash, the energy of the memory, because we have all those memory cells within ourselves that always keep us in track with the coherence of the lessons we need to learn within our life. And the highest wisdom is community life. How do we live together well? And so we're going to start forming enlightened communities. What we need to understand is health. Take care of your health, take care of your physical body. It's very good to be in the prevention mode, to do little things to improve the quality of our life. For the physical body is really essential to for it. It's been carrying us for that time. What we need to do is the Celtic, is to connect to the world of nature, the world of plants, the knowledge of the it's also power of healing as well. And the outcome is spirituality and religion. To know the spirit is the most important thing in the event. So for spirit told me that, although most people like to comment and see what's going on the outside and the political and so on. I might do a press review at the end of this video. I don't know if it's just to comment on a few things. For now, in terms of astrology, we have this beautiful planet Venus. Venus is the symbol, is the circle of the spirit connected to the cross of matter. It is a very powerful planet. It is like a twin sister to the Earth, and she rules money, she rules romance, she rules our likes and dislikes, and she's coming across with Jupiter also, who's the miracle creator. And then she's going to move into Aries, and so we're between two eclipses. So there is a great deal of renaissance energy, rebirth energy that is going on. And so we're going to have an opportunity to heal old patterns such as addictions or old belief systems. A lot of the things that we used to like a few weeks or months or years ago are absolutely no interest anymore. So there is so Venus will definitely assist us. You can call on her. We have to realize the better we feel within ourselves, the higher our frequency. So it's all about understanding how to tune in to good feeling thoughts. To learn that, discuss the power of symbology and numerology. It's a certain aspect, of course. Just like those are unlimited subjects. For the highest wisdom is compromise, is that how do we balance out the ego habits with the soul necessity and the physical body necessity. So it's like small steps will work. What we need to understand is receptivity. We need to receive the healing energy, receive the love, receive the light, to be in a receptive mode. What we need to do is the judgment card, is beyond illusion. So it's really there is a very powerful new beginning that is here, and this month will be very much about deconditioning ourselves from old egregores and old belief systems. We're gonna find this freedom, because it's the story of a lion that grew up with sheep, and he was believing he was a sheep, and so he was tied up to these sheep minds, and so he was gonna free himself from material. From all this materialism, and then the master will be able to manifest, and this great mastery. There is magic and mystery. The life is magic and mystery. For Einstein used to say, so everything in life is a miracle, or nothing is miraculous. It's better than to see it as what we see people as miraculous is like supernatural, let's say, but we're all multi-dimensional beings, and our perception level is only where our consciousness has focalized the most energies. Like, well, I want to discuss the power of the 777. For 777 is really a magical number. For triple numbers are master numbers, and And the 777 is really the magic of the philosopher's stones, the alchemization of the power of the 666, the unconditional love, and the 888, the infinite potential of the spirit. For seven is very the spiritual base of the paradise. The paradise is on a seven mathematical base. For it's, if we start from where we are on a base 10 basically, a decimal system, except in the more Britannic system is more on the base 12. When we go into the Morancial world, the ascending realms, we move into a base 12. There is 12th dimension, there is 12 months, there is 12 tribes of Israel with 12,000 people, which form 144. So it's a base 12 as we ascend. But then when we move into the celestial planes above, we return to a base 10. There is 1,000 system in 1,000 planet in a system, 100 system in a constellation, 100 constellation in a local universe, 100 local universe in a minor sector, 100 minor sector in a major sector, and 10 major sector in each super universe. So, and then when we move into the paradise level, then we move into the base 7, because there is only 7 association of the paradise deity. For God is one. Yet on paradise there is 3 distinct personality of deity that are known as the universal Father, the eternal Son, and the infinite spirit, and there are only 7 possible association between those 3 beings, like the Father alone, the Son alone, the Spirit alone, the Father Son, the Father Spirit, the Spirit Son, and the Father Son Spirit. So there are 7 models, 7 grand universe where ascension are designed very differently. Right now we are in the 7th super universe of Orvonton, the 7 master spirit that overseeing that principle of integration of the Father Son Spirit administration. It is the least developed of all super universe, the most difficult maybe, but it also represents the resolution of the whole grand universe center. For the master spirits are expression of the infinite spirit. There are 7 of them, which represent the nature of the Father, the Son, the Spirit, and for Orvonton, the 7, the Father, Son, Spirit combined. When they're together, it is the consciousness of the infinite Spirit would be present. So it's that's why 7 is like you can also look in the periodic table. Every 7 number there is like a balancing out. It's like the spiritual origin of things. For there is a story in paradise that's been explained to temporal being. For paradise, the central universe and God have always been. There is no history. It's an eternal. They always have been, always will be. Yet the cosmos had a beginning, an origin point. But the story that was told is that at some point we can imagine this fictional story when there was only one infinity alone, with no differentiation, and at some point they would this creator, this first source and center, universal Father, would decide to separate the personal reality and created the eternal Son of paradise, and all which is an absolute spirit personality, and create paradise, which is an absolute material plane of reality. And the tension between the Son and paradise eventuated the presence of the infinite spirit, an eternal minister. For the first nature of the Father, if you count, the first nature of the Father is love, the first nature of the Son is mercy, and the first nature of the Spirit is ministry. So and those are our own nature, for there is nothing outside of God, for God is God, but we are direct extension of God, of source of and so then the eventuation of the infinite spirit that continuing this story of a linear story, would take the patterns of paradise and project it into a physical manifestation of the central universe, Avona called, with 1 billion perfect world, huge world, and with perfect inhabitants, and then there was a whole process, and eventually time and space was initiated. When on paradise it's recognized as the creation of the Ancient of Days, the 21 Ancient of Days, which are they're ruled by 3 at the center of each of the super universe. And And so because they were saying that there was a spirit here that the beloved Sanat Kumara, who sometimes referred to as the Ancient of Days, but Ancient of Days, as far as I know, they never leave the center of the super universe. But they have liaison. For once a universe settled in light and life, there is no more temporal disturbance. It harmonizes with the super universe. Gravity centers, and it moves on to a higher level, and so, but so like complex. There is a book that reveals that allows us to work with those ideas, called the Urantia book. It was commissioned by the Ancient of Days of Uversa, the center of our super universe, and I want to thank them because the sending this information really opened my consciousness so much, and so I wanted to express my gratitude. Just I want to express my gratitude for your presence, for your support. I thank you very much. It's very to be here and to continue to we'll continue to unfold this process. I also wanted to address an idea that many Christian believes that the Christ will come to save them. I'm sorry to say, but this was a deception from the dark side. For the Christ is not here to save anybody. It is a big brother. It is a master. It is a friend, a faithful friend, and he will always guide us back to the light and to the love, and he will always be there for us, for it is a universal light, of golden white light of the Christ that emerged from the heart. But we have to balance out our own energy. There is no escape to balancing out our own energy. It is not like although God is we have to submit to whatever wisdom we are being imparted from. But what I meant by just we have to balance out our energy, return to the source, and naturally we'll ascend. So I'm going to pull a few more oracles. Yes, because it's I'll discuss. I'll pull a few oracles. The highest wisdom is milk and honey, to focus on those things you know are good for you, and to rejoice in the fact that you're going to be able to experience that. What you need to understand is why. For there is the question of the mind, but when we stop questioning, we discover the ascension. As long as we have questions, the answer having a hard time coming. So just know that whether the questions are very important, but we have to allow the time for it to be processed, for it to come, so to be received. What we need to do is the faithful heart, is to be faithful to ourselves, to our source, to those we love, and the outcome is into the sea. We're gonna go back to the source. We're gonna cross the great waters, and so it's like leaps of faith. For dimensions are like we are multi-dimensional beings, but we have this focalized point on the third dimension. Each dimension is its own universe. Essentially humanity is on the third dimensional frequency level, where it believes what the senses reveal as the truth, the external manifestation, and it is quite grandiose. Could be resumed what the third dimension is. Yet the more we ascend into the dimension, the more we can see. For instance, the third dimension, we can see the second dimensional life reality of animals and plants, and then we don't really have the possibility to communicate with first dimensional beings such as minerals and so on, but they're there and we can see them. And for us, the fourth dimension represents the potential of all the dreams and desires and it's the realm of emotions as well. The thing is, this matrix has been hijacked by fourth dimensional beings that have been imposing their reality, or the reality they want us to believe, in order to fit their negative matrix. This is a portal. Once you can move beyond the midsection of the fourth dimension, they cannot prevent you from escaping. It's like taking the red pill in the movie Matrix. Yet once we enlighten and we know that we see the illusions of the two power, we move beyond that. It's like we want to take the blue pill. We want to be reintegrated within the matrix, because it's far more, for those who I'm sure you've seen Matrix. If you haven't, you should see those movies. Is because it's far better to live in a comfortable situation within the matrix than those little ships inside those little tunnels with all those machines that are taking. At least in the matrix, but not without not being connected to the feeding the negative energy of the matrix, but being completely feeding on the divine light and being able to turn off the programs as you go along. Yeah? So this is part of the process. um, there is a character in the Matrix that's quite interesting. His name is Seraph, and he has one saying that he protects what matters most. He's like the oracle, or protecting the oracle. And this is really what we do. We protect what matters most, which is the connection to love, the connection to spirit, a clear vision of freedom and abundance and health and creativity for humanity in the future, as we move towards this golden age of light. So it is really what matters most is what we protect. There is another character that I liked. Well, there is a programmer is quite interesting also, but there's the Merovingian. This is quite an interesting character also within this movie. They made a fourth one. I haven't seen it. I haven't really seen it, but a lot of things that 10 years ago I would have to say it. No, it's like we'll see it when we'll see it, and so those as we ascend through the dimension, we already connected. We already have conscious presence in all of the dimensions of the matrix. Just opening our consciousness to be able to align with that. But for that, we need to free ourselves from the lies of others to redefine what our reality is or needs to be. For this portal, this fourth dimensional portal that's preventing a lot of people from accessing the higher planes, the higher fourth or fifth or so beyond, is an Orion draconian portal. But they've played the cards. They're not really, they have no more power here. And they played their cards, and there are programs that are self-running because people still believe in them, but they have no power. They cannot harm, and they just have to believe. For it's like they're feeding on negative energy. So it's like as we stop providing negative energy, they have no power to even remain here. As far as energy, I also wanted to say that we're going to need to create a great change in terms of ecology. For I was saying that fossil fuel is somewhat renewable because the Earth is conscious and she continues to create oil, gold, gas, but she needs some of that. It's her blood. She needs all of those things, and humanity has been like trying to depossess her of that. So there's going to be divine intervention for shift. There is one technology for basically we'll probably based our next level technology on quantum batteries, quantum generators, or even 0-point generators through crystal energy. But there is another energy that could be an interesting idea, is to collect energies from the sun that we do not know. There is those particles called ultimatons. If we could create a collector for ultimatons, there would be so much, and they're just here at night as well. For the sun produces a lot, but they're everywhere in the universe. But they're so small. They're like 1/100th of an electrons. But to find a way to harvest those, to collect those, and that could create self-sustaining vehicles, because they would be constantly be fed by this ultimaton frequency. I'm not really sure if that's the next step or if it's like far down the road. So well, and so I wanted I was going to comment a little bit on the news. For in America, they're trying to make this ministry of truth. It's like very Orwellian. And so somebody was suggesting that Elon Musk buy the Dominion voting system next also. So that was quite funny. I've been following a little bit the trial of Johnny Depp's and Amber Heard, I think she's her name. And it's really desacralizing all of those things. The Will Smith slap. It's like all of Hollywood is being desacralized, and all of those glamour and pageantry, and for believe those people are like semi-god or whatever. Everything is going to be demystified. Although, can Johnny Depp, hopefully, I think he's going to regain. I mean, he's probably going to win this trial. It looks like it, but it's got a good lifestyle. We're not gonna pity them or whatever. But it's very personal thing, and it's like. And I lived in Hollywood, with New York too. I've had a relationship with actresses. Sometimes they live in their own complete. They're playing a role all the time, and it's like, but they're both actors, so but it should be between them now. But it's kind of interesting to see because it shows how the lawyers develop their case, how things are being presented, and there is all kinds of witness that are quite interesting about the power brokers of Hollywood and all kinds of things. The last time there was a trial that fascinated America was the O.J. Simpson trial, but there it was like a lot more. This one is a lot lighter in some sense in terms of what's behind it. But Will Smith, this thing with Will Smith, one thing that was funny is that there was after that the Oscar ceremony, there was Al Pacino that had a little conversation about it, and he was very cynical. He had a lot of backup. He was saying, no, this is completely accepted by the Academy because violence is the bread and butter of Hollywood. Always has been. Violence. If they don't have violence, they have nothing. And it's like that's what their core thing. So I was there myself to receive a 50 years special award for The Godfather. And in this movie, I slapped my wife. It's like, and you say I can't really take the interview too long because there's this show on TV. I don't know what it is, but there is a murder in it, so I have to go watch it. So it was just. He was a bit cynical about all that, but we see that he had some. Puts Al Pacino, and it's like. But in any event, right now there's a renaissance, kind of a death of the death culture. This death culture has been very proeminent. This violence war, all those things. The death culture, even in the art paintings. And so we're going to come back to the culture of life. And it's really important. I was also watching the Met. It's like a carnival. Those people at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York make a ball every year. There isn't they tell me they're artists. I guess they show business people. I don't know those people. I mean, I haven't seen any great artists because it's an art museum. But it's like Napoleon used to say, from sublime to ridicule, there is only one step. So sometimes it feels like they're going one step too far. But it's interesting to imagine in terms of. I've always been interested by fashion, not in the sense of what well, it's a presentation, but also in terms of what is the future of it. For there is all kinds of to make crystal clothing, and there's all kinds of things that will be. All kinds of ideas that will come into play for the also all kinds of things in the news. Sometimes it's like you feel like you're in. It's a very surrealistic kind of program right now. They're really talking about. For it's like there's all kinds of crimes that the media has been complicit with, and so there's like all this disinformation. We wanna support. We'll see what happened with Twitter. For Twitter, it's like became an addiction to the media people, and they really love that, and so they use that. Well, thank you very much for everything. I'm just going to finish with a song. It's a song that's it's a sexy song for the Rolling Stones. It's a song of the Rolling Stones. I always thought the music was pretty sexy. It goes like this. There's been so many girls that I've known, I made so many cry, and still I wonder why. Here comes a little girl, she's walking down the street, she's all by herself. I try to knock off her feet, but she'll never, 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 never break this heart of stone. Oh no, no, this heart of stone. What's different about her? I don't really know. No matter how I try, I just can't make her cry. 'Cause you'll never, 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 never break. Never break this heart of stone. Oh no, no, this heart of stone. Don't keep on looking that same old way. If you try acting sad, you'll only make me glad. Better listen, little girl. You go on walking down the street and got no love and that kind of meat. 'Cause you'll never, 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 never break This heart of stone. Oh no, no, never break this heart of stone. Oh no, no, this heart of stone. You'll never break this heart of stone. Oh no, no, you gotta go home. 'Cause you'll never break, you'll never, never, never break this heart of stone. Oh no, no, this heart of stone. I'll finish with a card. For there's so much, we're between two eclipses and we're getting ready for a renaissance. Most of my projects are associated. It's a project I've been working for a very long time, for even from maybe from past lives even. It's about initiating a renaissance, a world culture where it's like overlapping culture to initiate this new renaissance. It will all unfold. It's getting ready to start to unfold, and it's very exciting after so many years of preparation. For it had to come in the right time. For it is the final card is the Knight of Ariel, worthy of trust, understanding, devoted, and funny. So it's quite it's a very powerful card. For it's like he says you have so much to do. Establish a clear program, an agenda. Someone kind is looking after you, so it's like you can it's about time to make plans, from what it says. It's like just starting to planify, because there's going to be much to do in the coming days, weeks, and months, and years, of course. Thank you very much. Wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Adonai.